Hello, welcome to another week. All right, this week we're going to get into kind of some of the meat and potatoes of your assignment, the literature review. Let's first look at your discussion question that you need to address for this week. I'm just going to refer to my notes here. All right, so locate a literature review on a healthcare topic that has been published within the last 5 years. That is one of the things you always need to keep in mind as far as writing APA papers. They set a benchmark of 5 years as being current information. Anything more than that, they generally frown on you using in a paper unless that information has not changed. And you're going to see that with some theories out there, things like that. Okay. So after reading the article, report on its findings, how many articles were reviewed, what was the focus of review, and what were the findings. So pretty self-explanatory. You can pick anything that you want. It can even be, an article that you have been reviewing for your paper, but otherwise it can be anything that you want to be. It doesn't have to pertain to the topic that you're writing for your paper. All right, now let's look at your assignment. There's two parts for this week. You're going to have a professional assignment and then a synthesis assignment. So let's look at the professional one first. Pretty straightforward. In the instructions, you're given a brief article. Read the article, and then basically you need to give me at least 5. You should be able by this point to find 5 things that are wrong with that article. How could they write it better to strengthen it? How could they write it better to make it more in line with APA format? That's really what you need to address with this assignment. I don't expect you to rewrite the article. Just give me at least 5 things that need to be done different to meet an APA formatted paper or article. All right, so then part 2 of the professional development, it says complete the literature review grid, and you can find that in the overview of this module, but make sure you're looking at that template, and you're going to complete that. You're going to summarize the literature you found for your synthesis paper prior to writing your literature review. You should have at least 6 sources for this. And these really would be some of the things that you could use in your annotated bibliography for your paper. So pretty straightforward, like I said. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, but just fill out that literature grid. I don't expect you to do an intro paragraph or a conclusion paragraph. You don't have to worry about that. Now let's move on to the next portion of your paper, the synthesis assignment. So now you're going to add the literature review into the shell and everything else that you've already done in there. All right, so prepare the literature review for the paper. Begin with an intro paragraph that describes your search parameters and your databases. So where did you go to find some of this information? Is just a short little summary, first paragraph of the literature review. Be sure to avoid first person. Remember, APA does not respond to first person. So avoid I statements. There's some other examples there. We, me, us. Make sure you're writing in third person. Include at least 1 paragraph for each of your sources chosen in your annotated bibliography. So what that means is I don't expect you to summarize the article. That's what you did in your annotated bibliography. For your literature review, you're going to take information from that article to support your position. So let's say your topic is on why summer is the best season of the 4. You're going to say, according to Lease 2013, summer is the best season because you can be outside, and you're going to go on to list all these different facts. Again, this is different than the annotated bibliography, so do keep that in mind. Some students in the past really tried to say, well, this article talked about this, or this article talked about this. I don't need to see that now. You're going to say according to Lease, or you're going to use Lease 2013 as a parenthetical citation. This is where you need your citations. You need either in-text or parenthetical. You don't need to do both for the same sentence. You can mix and match and have some of one, some of the other, but this section needs citations. Anytime you're citing data, studies, information that you've gotten from another source needs a citation, okay? All right, remember your literature review should be at least 7 paragraphs, but not more than 12. Again, this is the section where you're taking all of that information that you've read about to support your position and your thesis statement, okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I don't want you guys, sitting at home being confused on how is this different than an annotated bibliography. Remember, the annotated bib is a summary of the article, all right? This is going to be using all the information from the article. You can use as much information as you want from an article now to support your position, but do have at least all of your sources addressed. Like whatever you have, whatever reference or source you have in your annotated bib should show up in your literature review, okay? If you have any questions, again, please feel free to email me. Hope you have a good week.